So, when did you have a shift in the challenge that changed everything you knew about your cycle?
Okay, so I think it would be with my fourth or fifth video. Because for first three videos there was still a lot of questions which were going on, a lot of understanding, uh, and exception of the entire scenario. So for first three videos there was a learning curve, but from fourth and fifth video I actually started understanding each of the forecasts and started to connect my my mind and my actions with all the phases. So I think fourth and fifth videos onwards, uh, it was actually making sense for me, because even though I've seen my temperament and my emotions shifting from being normal to just going crazy, but I never had the understanding of why that's happening. Because see, for a layman, PMSing is something you're on that phase just before your periods. So there was this misconstrued information that okay, I'm not going to be getting my periods for another 14 days, but then why am I feeling this? Even if I'm energetic, why am I energetic? I mean, obviously I'm doing my work. What else do my body wants to do or my mind wants to get into? But then from fourth and fifth I started understanding what is it all about, and it also making a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what's the most surprising thing that you learned about yourself from this entire journey?
Oh, that I am not completely a logical person. I
Yeah.
used to take myself I used to take myself as a very practical person. uh, I used to like not relate with my emotional side. I used to feel like I am capable of keeping my emotions at bay and take logical decisions, but apparently not. I mean, there were days that there was all this energy, all these emotions bundling up, and the logical part of my brain was not able to help me at all. And the emotional part of my brain was just giving me so many ideas that I was not able to keep up with all of them. And then I actually realized that yeah, maybe it is time to give up, in give up and just let the flow happen.
Mhm.
There was no logical answer for anything, because for me, taking some action or taking charge of the situation is where biological brain starts working. But when you're in such a situation where you cannot actually do anything but to react on it on an emotional base, and then first of all you have to calm yourself down and then react on the situation even if you're going through a lot of emotions. I really thought I had no capability of dealing with such situations, but then yes, apparently logic does not I mean, logic is not the only way of looking at things. Emotional. So there was a lot of time. Since everyone was going through this phase where uh, maybe a member of their family or they themselves were suffering from this illness. And for me, being a manager, it was just the count of my team members, that if I have nine people and four of them are on leave, then what would be the logical reaction for me to do, how do I manage all the tasks which I need to do? And it was not in my control at that time. And then there was a lot of thing happening. I used to feel bad because I cannot help them, uh, and I had no idea what to do. But then the emotional part of me took over and just said that okay, you just need to be there with them. You don't have to do anything for them, but just be there with them. And obviously work and everything comes second. first thing is to be human with everyone, to be supportive, to be empathetic. I'm sorry. So yeah. So then at that time, I think I realized that uh, you cannot solve everything, but you should just be there for people. You should just support each other, and by support, it does not have to be physical presence or gifting something or helping out, making big gestures, but even if a call at night or a message saying that don't worry, take the day off, I am with you, whatever comes next, I'll be there for you, and you have your job secure, don't worry, or stuff like that. uh, that actually changed the entire perspective, and I learned that yes, I do have capabilities beyond logical thinking.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. And when you started this challenge, you had a why for doing it, and you said that you wanted to learn about yourself, and you thought it was going to be something like a challenge for your lifetime, a journey of your
Journey of a
lifetime.
lifetime, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think, did you fulfill that expectation?
Yes, I do, and I have a lot of things as my examples to share, because when I was starting, I thought that I would be only learning about myself.
Mhm.
But to be honest, Andy, with every passing day, I was learning a lot about humanity, what a woman is. Because I was not only learning things about myself, I was actually comparing my time with everyone else. There were a lot of women, like I mentioned, my friend Surbi, and how courageous she is, and it was a lot of learning for me throughout, about our bodies, about how our mind works, and how we shut down a part of ourselves in name of maturity. But then I think uh, we should not. We should just be our raw selves. Uh, let our natural being take over anything which is not you. So I learned a lot about being natural.
Mhm.
So yes, it was actually, and that is why I mentioned that I would like to continue doing it, because there was a lot to learn. Because right now the conditions where I was in, uh, working from home, dealing with everything, not being in action, was a very different scenario.
Mm.
I would like to learn how my body reacts when I'm going to office every day.
Yeah.
That is actually the most critical part of my day, because commuting every day for 2 hours at a stretch or 3 hours at a stretch, stuck in traffic, fear of getting late, and these all are factors which actually affects my daily routine, and that is why I wanted to learn more when I'm back in office, and then interacting with people, because right now when I'm interacting over a Zoom call or maybe a video call and connecting over a WhatsApp, that is completely different. But when I am in a meeting, and we're having a brainstorm, probably I'm with my girls and there is something happening, I wanted to see myself, how I reflect on any particular phase. Am I moody, am I patient, am I logical, am I emotional? I wanted to see that. So yeah.
Well, yeah, hopefully you can do it again. Hopefully the lockdown lifts, and when you're feeling
Yes,
motivated, come back and do it, because I highly recommend that. Even though you've
of
done it
course.
once, I totally recommend doing it again. You'll just learn more about yourself if you keep focusing the attention on your cycle. It is a blessing that we have here.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, truly, truly a blessing.
Yeah, and now that you've finished the challenge and with everything that you've known, how would you describe the menstrual cycle to your younger version of yourself?
Uh, Again, so I actually was thinking about this after recording one of my videos, and I was like, if only I had all this knowledge while I was starting this journey, it would have been so easy, because people are talking about PMSing, people are talking about how you become moody, but nobody's telling you what to do with that kind of energy, you know. And so that was the best part of every forecast, that it just not gives you a heads up with whatever you're going to feel, but it also gives you a recommendation of what you can do with that particular energy, and probably what you can eat or something like that. And that was actually, like I said, was my help book for every day. Because there were days when my forecast said that you might be feeling a little emotional, so why don't you give yourself a long hot bath and something like that. So these were few of the ideas, which obviously were the ideas, and then you can pick on them and then improvise and go ahead. So that is the kind of help book I think every girl should go for, because you're PMSing, you're in your not your best phase, and you're not feeling good, you're not motivated, you want to lie down in your bed and don't want to do anything. But then what can we do to change that? And then there comes a forecast which says that maybe you should connect with a friend, uh, maybe you should watch something new, should I recommend you something, maybe you should read a new book, should I recommend you something. And that is the kind of support you need. So I would actually like to see a younger girl going through this entire journey and making the best of it, because this is a learning for the lifetime. I'm using it at 32, and I'm sure I'll be using it and helping other people. But I would actually recommend young girls to take this journey and learn so much about yourself that you won't feel helpless ever. Whenever you're feeling a little bit demotivated, lazy for that matter, you'll have a help book. You'll have that understanding of saying that, okay, maybe I'm at this phase right now, and what can I do for that. So basically, the calendar which we have made, and you have actually made me note down all the things which I should be doing, is going to be my guide. Whenever I'm feeling low, probably I'll just check what are the things I actually have written for myself that I can do, and I would be doing that, and I'll be feeling better about myself. So this is actually a very helpful practice to do for every girl.
Yeah. Brilliant. And do you feel closer to your feminine intuition now?
Yes, I do. I actually do, because like I said, there were a lot of days uh, when I would have taken a logical answer and then reacted on them. Especially if you remember the video where I said that I was not able to understand how to manage my team, and then I spoke with my manager, and she just said that you used to enjoy with your team, you used to dance with your team, you used to explore everything other than work, which actually brought you closer. I think you should just do that again. She just said that. But then this was the emotional side of me, the understanding of my phases, and the learning which I've collected, which helped me turn it around. And I actually learned from it that maybe I'm trying to be a mother who's actually just giving the help book, rather than I should just be a friend, just be with them, and just listen to their stories and be with them. And it actually helped me a lot. So yes, I feel connected with my feminine side, and I think I have rediscovered my feminine sides, to be honest. Because for a longer period of time, there was a lot of things which I have been keeping at bay. I've not been reacting on few things, but then with this journey overall, I think I have rediscovered whatever capability being a female I have, and then I, you know, tried to use them all, and have it has given me best of the results.
Yeah.
uh, just not thinking from the perspective of a manager, but thinking from the perspective of a woman uh, in a situation has given me a lot of answers and a lot of help. I think it was amazing.
And what does being feminine mean to you?
Okay, so I being feminine. So there's a saying that females are the greater power because they have the strength of bearing a child and everything. But I think being a feminine, being a female, being a mother, a sister, a friend, is basically, it is actually a power. I won't say a greater power, but it is actually a power. Uh, and for that power, for you to use that power, you need to understand your power,
Mm-hmm.
and that only comes when you're going through that period when you yourself feeling miserable, but you have that energy to help out others,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the beauty of being a feminine, being a lady, that you would be going through a lot of things yourself, but at the same time you would reach out to other people and help them. And I think we should just love that part uh, of that, females. And it's not only about the strength and courage, but the beauty, the nature, it's I mean, if I take you for an example, you've learned something, and now you're helping so many of us understanding, and it's actually helpful. You're spreading the knowledge. You are actually reconnecting all of us from our younger selves, and you're giving us the motivation and everything. Uh, One of my team member, her name is Kiran. She is a mother of a 2-year-old. Still, she's working every day, and she's actually taking care of a family as well. So it's a lot of courage, but at the same time, it's the idea of reaching out to others, helping others, even if you're going through a lot, is the beauty. And we should just encourage each other, and support each other whenever you get that time, whenever you get to.
Yeah, beautiful. And is there any final thoughts or feelings you want to share about your challenge, about your 28 days, about your journey?
Well, I would actually first of all like to thank you for being the amazing coach that you are, for every positive message that you have sent me. It was amazing. uh, I have learned a lot, and thanks to you I am going to start my new journey at the age of 32. And it's it's amazing. And yes, I think it's an understatement if I'll say that it was just about learning about my emotional cycle when I'm on my periods or I'm PMSing. It was like a larger uh, sphere of education which I got. I learned a lot about my body. I learned a lot about my capabilities. I rediscovered a phase which I actually forgot about. We also discussed how I'm going to renew my goals, which I actually forgot about. So there was a larger impact of this 28-day challenge on my life, and it has filled me with a lot of courage, with a lot of motivation, with a lot of new perspective on everything. And like I said, it was a journey of a lifetime. There were struggles, there were days when I thought that okay, maybe it's just not going to work for me. But then every day was a learning experience. Every day was about me learning about myself. So even there were days, when I thought that maybe I cannot do this video anymore. I cannot do this challenge anymore. It's not the right thing to do right now, probably not the right kind of energy around me. But then getting a positive message from you and just again reading my forecast and saying, okay, just one more video and then I'll do that video and then I would learn something about. And if you will see, if you will actually see my videos throughout the periods, I would start my video saying that, okay, this was my forecast. I'm not sure it happened, but then during that video I would realize that, okay, I actually connected with something. And that is how my journey has been. I mean, I went in with a lot of questions, but I came out with a lot of answers.
Oh, brilliant.
Just a reminder, your period is due in 1 week. Shall I add P-Safe panty liners to your shopping cart?
Yes, please, Alexa. This is the Alexa, Where is My Period 28-day challenge.